or we'll just start? Oh, okay. Okay. We'll get started. Good morning and welcome to the Friday, October 11th meeting of the Board of Public Works. We do have public comment, and I would like to start with Arnold Sands on public comment.
Let's briefly have bureau introductions.
Okay. All right.
Please, starting with street services. Thank you.
Good morning, Sherman Torres, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Edmund Yu, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Ali Visi, LA Sanitation.
Good morning, Brett McReynolds, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
And good morning, this is TJ Knight, Assistant Executive Officer. Just for the record, we do not have a quorum, so we have no voting items this morning.
Great.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, and so for the record also, Commissioners Garcia and President Pro Tem Commissioner Davis are in attendance this morning.
Great. Thank you. And now we have public comment, Arnold Sands.
Thank you. Good morning.
Sachs.
So I'm looking at today's headlines in the LA Times, and this column on the left-hand side, which is, when you read them, is the most important column. It says a wide disparity and I would just go to LA. It says LAPD, but if you just crossed off LA and just said a wide disparity in LA, you could fill in the blank. Wide disparity in housing, a wide disparity in income, a wide disparity in everything. And it got me thinking, the reason I'm thinking about that is because when I looked at your agenda, it said discussion with neighborhood council representatives on neighborhood council resolutions. I'm wondering, what involvement actually does the neighborhood council have? Do they get notified of the lighting district hearings? You never really see anybody here for any of the hearings, except an appellant or the person who wants to do the building. I'm not sure if that's the correct terminology, but do they get notified? Because people don't get notified. So you get a disparity in who knows what's going on. Do they get notified about any of the transportation issues that are going on in the neighborhood? I understand there's 87 neighborhood councils, so they cover pretty much all of LA. And so you would want somebody, you hope that, your representative is representing you, but that turns out not necessarily to be true. So you appoint or you nominate neighborhood council members, and I understand it's not a full-time job. It's a volunteer job. You don't get paid. But how exactly does that work? How does anybody get informed about what exactly is going on in the city of Los Angeles? If you don't tell anybody, then nobody really knows, and you can do whatever you want. And nobody is held accountable. You have a lot of oversight committees, but oversight committees in and of themselves are an oxymoron. You don't have accountability committees. And what's really what the city needs is an accountability situation.
In terms of our next item, neighborhood councils, there is no card on neighborhood councils. And with that, it will lead us to our first agenda item and only agenda item, which is an oral report. And that would be on the status update on major upcoming street improvement projects from the Bureau of Street Services. We do have a speaker card on that particular item, and I will call Arnold Sachs up again to give comments on item number one.
Yes, thank you again. So very quickly, and I understand also that there's a lot going on in this city all the time. It's a big city. But we talked about some things that have occurred with some of the projects where there's a missing link in some of the procedures between certain departments and people that are supposed to be doing the work, and subcontractors and contractors and contractors, subcontractors. And I was wondering, coming here to talk about whatever projects are coming up, does somebody come in here and say, you know, we have discussed at, in Bureau of Street Services, we have discussed the procedures that that seem to be missing because we always seem to be off step somewhere, that some projects take longer than others, and because, oh, well, this person didn't say that they were going to be there on Wednesday, and we thought they'd be here on Monday, and so things are not necessarily organized in a way that would be more transparent. There's an oxymoron for you, too. So I was wondering if you have the authority to ask for somebody to come in and say, you know what, we have discussed some of these projects, and we seem to have a situation where the pinky doesn't know what the thumb is doing, and the middle finger is always left standing on its own. Is there something that we could do to use the rest of the hand, the other two fingers, and get everybody organized so that we can play a tune that works for everybody and not just for one department over another, and the public doesn't end up holding, I guess, the middle finger? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sand. And now we have a representative from the Bureau of Street Services with a status update on major upcoming street improvements.
Good morning, Interim President Mike Davis, all the commissioners, Bureau representatives, and Executive Secretary. Excuse me. My name is Edgar Duncan. I'm a Resurfacing and Reconstruction Division Superintendent. And in an effort to keep the public informed on recent projects which may cause delays to the commuters, Streets LA would like to provide a status report on upcoming major streets improvement projects. For the metro region, Friday, October 11th, from 6:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m., we will be cold milling Colorado Boulevard, South Roadway, from Linda Rosa Avenue to Eagle Vista Drive. It's in Council District 14. It's a pavement preservation program funded, and Gloucester Park is Neighborhood Council. Saturday of October 12th, 2019, from 6 o'clock a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m., we will be cold milling and paving Colorado Boulevard, North Roadway, and South Roadway from Linda Rosa Avenue to Eagle Vista Drive in CD 14. It is a pavement preservation program funded. It's in Gloucester Park Neighborhood Council. On Saturday, October 19th, 2019, and Sunday, October 20th, 2019, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., we will be cold milling and paving Venice Boulevard from Convention Center Drive to Valencia Street. In Council District 1, it is a complete streets funded, and it's in Pico Union Neighborhood Council. As for the Valley region, Saturday, October the 12th, and Sunday, October the 13th, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., there will be cold milling and paving Parthenia Street from Independence Avenue to Canoga Avenue. Canoga Avenue, East Service Road, I'm sorry. It's a paving preservation program funded. It's in Council District 3, and Canoga Park is a neighborhood council. On Saturday, October 19th, the Valley region will be paving Chandler Boulevard from North Roadway, from Woodman Avenue to Van Nuys Boulevard. It's a paving preservation program funded. It's in Council District 4, and the neighborhood council is Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council. The press releases have been broadcast, and all the affected CDs involved will help with the outreach to the stakeholders. Streets LA has communicated with DOT for traffic control needs, and this includes my report. Just to let you know, due to the recent fires that we're facing right now, the projects for this weekend may change, but as of right now, they're still scheduled to go.
Okay, thank you for that report, Mr. Duncan. Any questions or concerns, Commissioner Garcia? Well, thank you, Mr. Duncan, for that report. You're one of our superintendents
Yes, sir.
in the Bureau. We thank you for this very good report in terms of what we plan to do this weekend, and we do understand the circumstances as it relates to the fire, and we will just hold out for the final action in terms of what we need to do to move the city forward at this time. So again, thank you for a great report.
Thank you.
And there are no other items, and with that, we will adjourn our meeting, and we wish everybody a safe weekend.
Thank you. You have just for the record, you have cleared the desk.